What's up, guys? Russell with Two Trail Hikers coming to you from the RV. We did a video a while back on a thermostat upgrade to upgrade a heat-only manual thermostat to a digital heat-only thermostat. I'll post a link to it up here. You can go back and watch it if you need that information. It was in a travel trailer. We decided to trade our travel trailer and got a Motorcoach. We actually bought a Thor Vegas 25.3. Turnkey, take off and go. Got an inverter video that we did a couple of weeks back for an upgrade before we went on our camping trip. I'll post a link to it up here. But what we're doing today is dealing with a thermostat. We had the same issues, fluctuation in temperature, couldn't really get it regulated, didn't like it, wanted a little more precise control, and got to looking through the manual, and the manual actually shows a Coleman Match, M-A-C-H, HC thermostat, which is digital. It apparently was an option from Thor, and we dug around on the internet, found one through Amazon, through a third-party vendor. I don't remember exactly, but anyhow, I had free shipping. So this is the original thermostat that came in the coach. Manual controls, analog, no digital readout, nothing as far as that goes. Now what we ended up purchasing was this one here. This is the Coleman Mach. I keep saying Mach, and I can't get past the fact that the H looks like a K. So, Coleman Match, Comfort HC. This is supposed to be an identical replacement for the manual analog thermostat and make it digital readout. So what we're going to do is we're going to run you through it today and get this switched out. So hang tight. So basically, to do this job, we need a multi-purpose screwdriver and a pair of wire cutters. Don't know if I'll actually have to cut anything. We got wire cutters and we got screwdriver. That should be all we need. We may need a couple of splice connectors or something to that extent, and I've got those on hand if need be. So what we'll do first is we'll see if we can't get the cover off of the original thermostat, and it just snaps off, similar to the one we did in the video before. Looking in here, well, in great Thor fashion, we've actually got two screws holding the one side on. I'm willing to bet this is probably going to be just like the Forest River, and those two screws are probably going to be stripped out. That's going to be my guess. We'll see. We'll take the screwdriver to it, see what we end up with. Oh yeah, there's just nothing there. Basically, you just pull them out, lay those to the side. Looks like we're going to end up with an extra because they got two in this one slot. Right. Yeah, oh, wow. Oh, man. Let me get a shot of this right here. Looks like somebody might have missed. That's going to be a big hole. I think we're going to have enough room to move around, play around, and we could probably get past that. So, the thermostat we did before actually had terminals inside of it. These, the wires are hard soldered in, same as with the upgrade thermostat. They are soldered in, and it looks like we got one crimp connector, and the rest of them looks like regular residential wire nuts. Well, that's cool. It'll make it a little bit easier. So, after doing some research, I know that the red lead coming in is hot, and I know the white lead coming in is ground. So, referencing the wiring diagram for this thermostat and the new thermostat, they actually reference off in their identical output colors on the thermostat control itself. Basically, we've got yellow, green, gray, blue, white, red. And you can see a fuse over here to the side too. That's something to keep in mind, that if it ever fails, you may have to replace the fuse, because it's probably going to be a 12 volt fuse. I could be wrong, but we could take it out and check it, but it's fine. We're going to keep going. So that's the new thermostat. And then over here on the old one, you can see we basically got the same colors: blue, green, gray, white, yellow, and red. Coming up the wiring harness, the only variation I see, red to red, white to white, green to green, yellow to yellow, they have the gray tied into the red. So that's just a mental note that we've got to take when we take this one off. We take that thermostat off, and we should be able to simply just unwire nut everything and flip it off to the side here. But what I'm going to do, and what I recommend you do, is if you're going to do the installation, is you've got the wires, you got the wire nuts, let's do them one at a time. So we took our red wire loose. That's going to be our hot lead coming in. Oh, and by the way, I have the batteries in store, so there's no power coming back here. Probably should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video, was to disconnect the power. Luckily, this is 12 volt system. It's not running off 110, aka 120 volts. I don't know. I grew up calling it 110. I think my dad called it 110. I called it 110. Friends of mine have called it 110. So, anyhow, so we'll just take and kind of go through here, and I'm not going to bore you with each individual wire color and all that good fancy dancy stuff. It's like I said, it's relatively self-explanatory. Wire colors match up. Now, this is something that you will have to go back and reference as far as your thermostats are concerned, because of the simple fact that it may or may not come with the same features, so on and so forth, and the wiring colors may be different. I mentioned that in the previous video. So those are the key things to keep in mind while you're doing this job, is to ensure that everything is going to match up. It's the same terminals, same wires, maybe different colors coming out of the wall versus what connects to the thermostat, just like right here with the red and the gray. The red and the gray are two different colors. Let me find my gray off of my new thermostat. It sounded like the vent fan came on up front, because it's a little warm in here since I got the power cut off. See how that goes here in a minute or so. But yeah, so far so good. Let's see, we got green left here and blue. The blue looks like it's the one that's going to have to be cut and crimped. So we will see how that goes here momentarily. Yeah, that fan come back on. That was a nice breeze coming through here. Oh well, it's alright. Let's see. That's got everything disconnected with the exception of this one wire here. And that's where cutters are going to come into play, because we're actually going to have to cut that off. There's that. So now, there's our old thermostat. We'll put that to the side for safekeeping later on down the road or something. And strip these back so we can make a good connection. And I'm going to take my wire pieces and drop them in the box that the new thermostat came in, so my wife doesn't get mad at me for making a mess. Which, I don't so much think it's that she's going to get mad, she's just going to make me clean it up, so I'll just go ahead and clean it up now. I think that's the smart thing for me to do. So I got a little assortment pack of butt connectors here. I think we could probably use a blue. The colors differentiate wire size. I don't have any reds, those are the smallest ones, but I believe the blue is going to do just fine. That's going to be for 16 to 10 gauge wire, so we'll use our 16 to 10 crimp and slide it on here. wanting to fray out a little bit there, we'll give it a little twist. Slide it right up inside there and give it a good two-handed crimp. Alright, so now we've got our other blue wires, one coming from our thermostat and one going to our control. We're going to put those together like that. I've got a better pair of crimpers than this, but I don't have them up here at the house. They're down in the shop. I didn't feel like going and getting them. It's hot outside. I'm lazy. Alright. So there we go. We are pretty much officially wired up. We're already reading room temperature 83 degrees. I could have swore the batteries were in use. Maybe they're not. I guess I should have double checked that. Alright. Tuck all this in the wall. Like this. There we go. Now, you know, it's kind of funny because actually you could use the exact same screw holes that they used to put this on, but because they stripped them out, we're not going to be able to. So what I'm going to do is use a screwdriver and turn this in by hand. There. Hand tight. I'm sure at the factory they use drills and impact drivers and everything else to put this together. I mean, you know, heaven forbid if you had to hand turn every screw in a RV, because there's plenty of them, I can assure you of that. So we're going to get in here and make sure this is nice and level here. Knock that over. Gave me a heart attack. Thought I done broke something. Alright. So there we go. Cover's on. Snapped in. Alright, we are on auto, off, low speed on. I don't know about y'all, but I'm hot. So let's go for air. Set to 72. We'll bump it up to 75. See if it comes on. Probably going to take it a second. There you go. Air's on. And give it a second here. Oh yeah. Starting to cool down. Nice. Definitely. Okay guys. So here's our new thermostat. The Comfort HC installed. You can see it's reading 85 degrees in here right now, so I wasn't kidding when I said it was a little warm. I think it was a little warmer than that when I first came in here, but open the vents up. The Vegas came with 2 roof vents. Open one, turn the other on, and it actually pulls a draft through. Or you can open both of them and open 2 windows on the side, and it'll pull a draft through as well. The slide out, which is right here beside me, it's got 2 windows on either side, and we can open the vent up here and actually close off the front section of the coach when we're sleeping if we're having to boondock, and that gives us a good full flow of air coming through here. Now granted, we've got an onboard generator which is going to run our air conditioner, so even if we're boondocking in Walmart parking lot, staying at a Camping World, a Costco, a truck stop, Flying J, whatever the case may be, we're going to have air conditioning. And the good news is the heat runs off 12 volts, so we don't even need the generator to run heat. And this will do our heat as well. We haven't used the heat. We got it. It's summertime. I'm sure we're going to find out. We're in the process of planning a cross-country trip now, which is going to take us up to probably Glacier National Park and a couple of other places across the West Coast. And I'm sure there's going to be some areas out there once we hit 6,000 feet and above that at night it's going to dip down pretty cool, especially around Grand Tetons, Yellowstone Glacier National Park. Stuff as far as that goes, that's probably going to put the heat to use. And we've got the onboard propane tank, so you know, we can stop off and top it off. We can run the generator off fuel. I think we're going to be great. And so far, I mean, it's cooling down in here. We're from 85 to 84. It's just a matter of a little bit, and it's going to have the RV cooled down. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please hit like. Please subscribe. We're trying to build our subscription base. We want as many of you to subscribe as we can so you can make sure you get these videos. And if you have any questions, comments, drop them in below. I'll do my best to answer them. Like I've said in videos before, I'm not a master electrician. I just know a lot of basics and can usually work my way through it. I'm not going to say that sometimes I don't have to call other people and ask questions or get online and go to YouTube and learn how to do stuff. But you know, if it weren't for people making videos, I wouldn't know how to do some of the stuff that I do. So I'm just trying to do my part and help out. But like I said, guys, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe. Keep tuned in with us. This is Russell with Two Trail Hikers. We'll be bringing you more from the RV Motorcoach and out on the adventures.